I'm very excited to be here to talk about the community beta of Blocklords. So let's not waste any time. I know we all want to play. So let's go ahead and register an account and get started. Once you've registered your account with an email or social logins, all you got to do is connect the wallet of your choice. And as soon as you've done that, you can go and claim your free hero on Polygon. Once you got your hero, you go to the download page and you click on download now, and everything should be downloading smoothly. While the game's downloading, head over to the profile. In the profile, you'll be able to see your hero. If you can't see your hero, it might mean that you're connected to the wrong chain. Blocklords currently supports Immutable X and Polygon. Make sure that the hero you just got is the one you're connected to. Make sure you're connected to the right chain. And then it's as easy as clicking import hero and send your heroes over to the game. This is a very quick process. You can give it a try later on. Importing and exporting heroes out of the game is very smooth, and it's a feature we're very happy with. All right, Blocklords is downloaded and ready to go. Now all you got to do is log in with the same email you just registered on the website, and you'll be able to get going. The world's essentially been wiped out by a terrible plague, and you've got to rebuild. So here we have our beautiful map, and in the community beta, we're going to have 50 different regions. Each region will be controlled by a lord or a lady. Each ruler, as we call them, will have different tax rates set. Lords and ladies can set the tax rates of their region. Once you're ready, pick out the region that's best for you and click on Settle Farm. You'll be taken to your very own farm. So, we're still experimenting with the controls for the camera. Using a pretty simple WASD setup for now. You'll be able to move around with your WASD keys. You'll be able to use your mouse. We're obviously going to be adding hotkeys over time. For now, we'd love to hear your feedback about how the controls can be improved. Definitely, there's a lot of work to do on the scrolling and the zooming in and out. So that's a key focus. But yeah, look at it. This is your farm. It's a beautiful little farm. And the first thing you want to do is control your squads. Squads are essentially your units, right? They perform different tasks, and you can send them to pick wood, you can send them to collect food, you can send them to collect stones. So kind of like basic menial work. Your squad will do it for you. Start with that. Basically, send your squad to pick some wood. This is all about teaching you how to play the game. We're not too focused on the maximizing the output for now. One key thing here is that completing tutorial missions will grant you might. Might in our game is close to something like XP. It's how you upgrade your rank inside of the game and how you gain a bigger status. So as you can see, after you finish the first squad mission, your next mission is to upgrade your status. And I want you to keep that in mind, because upgrading your status is really a very important part of the game. It's how you become more respected in the game. It's how you become more respected within your region. Later on, we're going to add a lot of features regarding status that are going to essentially make your gameplay more interesting and progressive over time. And having higher status will allow you to get more responsibilities from your lords and ladies. So I strongly suggest you keep an eye on status, and that you always make sure that your status is updated. Because later on in the game, there will be times where maybe you can't build a certain building or you can't recruit a certain squad, and most likely it's due to you not having reached the right level of status yet. Once you've upgraded your status, you're going to want to recruit new squads, right? You started with one villager squad, so we're going to recruit some builders. Builders are going to allow you to build new buildings. New buildings are obviously how you unlock different types of features, different types of resources, different types of squads within the game. So you definitely want to have at least one squad of builders that make sure that you can get your new buildings done. One fun fact about builders, they can also create tools. Tools are huge, right? They're what you use to essentially create anything or process any type of resource. So once you've got your builders, you definitely want to build a lumber mill. Lumber mill is going to allow you to recruit lumberjacks, and lumberjacks can get that wood in way, way, way faster than villagers. You know, villagers are just picking by hands. You know, they're not that great. You know, you're going to get some branches, but you're not going to get like full-on logs. We want them logs. We want the logs. That's what we want. We want logs. If you want to get logs, you got to get the lumberjacks, and the lumberjacks got the axes. The axes will get you what you need in terms of wood. So here we go. I've got my lumberjack squad. I've recruited it. Recruiting squads costs gold. All right, gold is a vital resource. We're obviously working a lot on the balancing of gold, but just for now, no, gold is really important. It's how you get things done. You know, hard work will only get you so far. So we got some squads, but now we need heroes. Heroes, you know how heroes work, because we just got one, right? You just claimed one for free on Polygon. Heroes are essentially commanders for your squads. You want to make sure that the hero you imported earlier is now added to one of your squads. That's the main mission right here, right? Now, maybe you forgot, you didn't follow my previous instructions, you didn't actually import your hero. Well, now's the time, man. Pull up your phone, tab out, tab in, go into the website, and now's the time to import your hero. You know, we ain't got all day, you got to do it now. Once your hero's in, you're going to see a significant stat boost. All right, so that mission's cleared. We all know you got heroes. Well done. So here you can see right away that you've got a buff. Okay, enough talking. We've got the hero, we've got the squad, but we're going to need more squads. We need some stone up in here, all right? Stone is really an important resource. In order to mine stone more efficiently, we're going to need miners, right? And to get miners, we need to build a mine. So let's start by building the mine, and let's recruit some miners, all right? You can send your miners to the mine, and you can get rocks. Same way you're able to get wood from the lumberjacks, the miners will do a fine job of retrieving some of them stones for you. We got our first event. All right, when you get an event, you'll be able to choose from different options. Later on, some options will affect your heroes, others won't. The different types of events will not only allow you to create a fun little story around your hero and your squads, but also essentially give you different benefits and advantages or disadvantages inside of the game and on your farm. But we need some food up in here, because farming is extremely important inside of the game. It's how you get food. As we're going to see in a minute, food is extremely important as a resource. So be sure to build your very first wheat field. The wheat field is where you're going to be growing wheat, right? Once you've built the field, you've got to choose how to cultivate the wheat. Essentially, you can choose the seed, the fertilizer, and the type of plow you want to use. Different settings will produce different yield ranges. And yeah, it's really up to you. Do you want to spend a bit more up front and get more wheat, or do you want to spend less and get less wheat? That's really up to you as a player. Of course, your farmer stats will also affect how the outcome is. And essentially, yeah, now you're ready to farm. Your farmers are going. You've recruited some farmers. I think I'm running out of tools. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a forge. Oh, but I can't build a forge unless I upgrade my status. Remember, I was telling you earlier, you got to upgrade your status. If you don't have good status, you can't build the buildings you need to build. I've upgraded my status, and now I'm ready to build a forge. All right, so we're going to build our forge. So what you can do if you run out of tools and you're stuck, or if you run out of food and you're stuck, you can go to the marketplace and you can buy some for gold. Remember, I told you gold was important. This is why. When you need resources, you can always go to the marketplace and get some. But be careful. Don't just spend it all on something you don't need, because there's a daily limit for how much you can buy of each resource. For now, this limit is fixed, but we're definitely going to be doing a lot of work in the coming months where this is more dynamic and more based on user demand, which essentially makes also your selling of these resources more valuable. We're going to be doing a lot of work on that, but for now, know that you need to be careful with which resources you buy and sell, because there's a daily limit. If you run out of your daily limit, that's fine. You can check back in tomorrow. In 24 hours, you'll be able to claim again, or to exchange. You'll be able to exchange gold for that resource again. Now that you've gotten some food, you can send your squad to the foreman house to rest. Your squad resting will grant you more stamina. All right, now that you have more stamina, you can build more tools. And tools we really need, right? So be sure to get some tools. Again, if you run out of tools, you can always go to the market, but you want to try to make sure you don't fully run out of tools, because that will slow your progress down. If you change your resources into gold, you'll have a little bit more to work with when you do run out of something else. So again, you want to be smart with your resources. The resource meta is really a big part of farming in Blocklords, and I strongly suggest you work on maximizing how you work with these. All right, so we're going to speed up the game a little bit. As you can see, the next mission is to build a windmill, so we want to make sure that we have enough of the resources required. Whenever you find yourself stuck for the next mission, you got to focus on resources. You got to keep working until you have enough resources to build the next thing on your list. So here we have the windmill, which is very large in this version, but will be optimized in the future. The windmill is where you turn your wheat into grain, and grain is a kind of like a superfood, right? So you want to make sure that you process your wheat into grain, because that'll unlock a lot of different food options for you as you grow your rank. In order to process food, cooks are the main squad type to process food. But if you want more squads, you need houses, because we got squad limits. Blocklords has squad limits. And in order to recruit more squads, you do need houses. So be sure to build a house. Once you've got your house, you can recruit cooks. Cooks will help you refine everything you need into food. So the house is a very important part of the game. You're going to be able to have up to 3 houses in your first region. Again, a reminder that more regions will be unlocked after the community beta. Right now, we want to make sure that all the core features, all the core systems are working properly. Then we will expand with a lot more content, a lot more regions, a lot more buildings, etc. All right, once you're in the windmill, you can choose to refine your wheat if that's what you want to do. That'll grant you better grain output, but will have a higher upfront cost. Remember, all the advanced settings can be configured by clicking on any building. Sometimes you may want to go with a bit of higher cost, but then you want to take it down. So be sure to check your settings often. Make sure that it makes sense for you, whatever setting you're going with. But here we go. The cooks are essentially going to create grain out of your wheat, right? And this is a pretty important task in the game. Grain will have a lot of uses inside the game as we move forward. All right, so we don't have enough wood to build a granary, so let's pick some up in the market. Remember, you can always go to the market. And now let's build a granary. All right, at the granary, the cooks can also turn grain into food, right? So now you've got grain. Grain is actually a higher value for your food than wheat is. So it's worth turning your wheat into grain just for that reason. As our farm's growing, we've got more units now. We've got several cooks. We've got several villagers. It's time to build another house. We've got that food production going. It's starting to get crowded in this village. So I think one more house is going to be good. Now that we have so many squads, we really want to take food production to the next level. Hunters are going to help a lot with that, right? Hunters can find animals, they can turn them into meat, meat can be turned into food, right? So let's build a hunting lodge. And get some hunters, because the hunters, they're pretty OP, they're pretty buff. We launched a hunter hero collection recently. You can get your hunters, you can assign them to your squad. That'll obviously give a bit of a stat boost to your heroes as well. So remember, you can always assign heroes to your squads. You can always move your hero from one squad to another. Heroes are really key. All right, well, we got some hunters. Let's send them to the forest. Let's catch some meat, catch some food. Oh yeah, we got some meat here. All right, we got some meat. And we're gonna be deboning it. You can always take your meat that you've earned and you can debone it and turn it into food, right? The hunters are the resource that does the hunters are the squad that does that. We all like milk. Do you like milk? I like milk. Milk is great. Milk is really everything. I've devoted a lot of time to milk and cheese. And the cow pen is where you get cows. And cows are the animals that the cow herds milk to get some milk. First, you got to choose what cow you want. Different types of cows will have different milk outputs. Great. Now you got to choose what to feed the cow. Different types of fodder will have different results on the cow. Here you can see my cow is just growing. My cow is getting old. It's really beautiful. It's beautiful when the cow really just gets older like that. It's important to note that cows have a maximum usage. You know, after a while, they can't milk anymore. So what you can do is you can slaughter your cow anytime. So in order to make bread, we need a bakery. Once you've built your bakery, you can send your cooks and you can turn it into bread. All right, bread, brioche bread in this specific instance, where you take milk and you take grain, you make some epic milk and some epic bread. You make some epic. Bread is just a huge source of food. It's amazing. We all love our bread. And clearly you've now made it through. You've made it through the tutorial. Congratulations, my friend. You have made it through the tutorial. You are now a legend. You're part of the community beta. You're in it. You have done everything you needed to do, and you're now part of the elite. Well, not quite yet. We actually have more. We have more for you. So you did the tutorial, awesome. You've learned the basics of resources, awesome. Well, now, starting May 10th, with this community beta, we're going to have the season missions. And the season missions is for the community beta players only. You're gonna have a chance to essentially play the game, keep doing daily missions, keep doing weekly missions, and keep doing season missions, complete the missions, earn XP, and then you will win the very first Legacy Militia heroes, okay? This is no joke, this is not a drill. We're all ready for fighting. Community beta was a lot about farming. We've got battle stuff coming. Learn how to farm, okay? Farming is gonna be extremely important in order to, maximize your output. Like, you gotta know how to farm. That said, for those of you waiting for battles, it will come. Getting this Legacy Militia hero is your first step, and you need to get on it. All right? That's it for me. I'm so thankful to be working on this game. I'm so thankful to the team who's made this game possible. And yeah, this is our dream game. We're so happy to have you on board as a community member. And we want you to play this game. We want you to give us your feedback. How do we make it better? How do we make it more challenging? What types of missions would you like to see? What types of controls would you like to see? Tell us. We're here for you. And we can't wait to show you what else we're working on in the background with this game. Thank you. David out. Blocklords.